Hey everybody, welcome to Two Comic Book Dudes. We are here to talk about DC Rebirth with week 3 having a bunch of comics. So I'm Aaron, editor-in-chief of Comic Book.
Hey everybody, Justin, managing editor over at Comic Book.
And I went back and I picked up the variant cover for Batman Rebirth #1. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then I went and picked up the Midnight variant. So I actually ended up getting 2 of those. My store had them. And I went back and I bought 2 more copies of #1 just to be sure that I had a couple extra copies since they seem to be selling out all over the place. And of course, gone back for second printing and blah, blah, blah.
Second print came out this past week also.
Oh, did it? It was $5.99?
Yep.
Yeah. So, fun stuff. But, so you can still get it. You know, you just get second printing. First printing's available. I have a couple copies if you want. But they're all over the place. I've seen them on eBay and everywhere. Most of them selling anywhere from $7.99 to $15.99, which is just crazy, I think, at this point. But
yeah,
whatever, if people are willing to pay that. So, so this week we had 4 regular universe books, well, DC Universe Rebirth books that came out that weren't actually like the Rebirth one-shots. They're the starts of new series.
Yeah, they're the #1s of the new ongoing.
Right. So we'll start off with Batman, and Batman had a pretty cool cover. And we have two new characters who we've seen before. They're in the background. Those her and him, and they were in the DC Rebirth, DC Universe Rebirth #1, just briefly. And they are introduced at the end of this book with actual names. But this is overall, this was pretty good. I like this. The way Batman, was portrayed and the stuff that went on was pretty good. What did you think about it?
Yeah, no, I felt it was good. I thought like how it was going to end was kind of a letdown. I'm like, really? You're just like that's just how you're gonna let it? But then stuff.
Well, yeah, right.
But
we knew something was going to happen because obviously it wouldn't be a Batman book.
Right, but I was like, gee. Well, we'll get to why I was kind of down on that moment because I read Green Arrow before I read Batman.
Oh, okay.
So there was something that happened in there, and then this was happening, and I was like, "What the crap? This way's not cool."
It's like you come in here and then you go out down here. So, no, but no, overall Batman was good. I liked Batman. I'll probably pick up. I might. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm debating dropping some other Marvel books to continue to get these. So
wow, I was thinking about that today. Of like, there's been a sharp drop off on Marvel books recently.
Yeah,
but I'm picking
well, I like Punisher and Daredevil, which have always been some of my favorites, and so I'll continue to get those. I've dropped Deadpool stuff. I did pick up Merch for Money just till I had the last issue of the miniseries, but I'm not going to get the regular series. Anyway, we don't want to talk about Marvel stuff on a DC show, but
okay.
But definitely, I mean, it's
yeah, but no, I liked David Finch's art too. So
yeah,
he's always
it was good.
Yep. So good Batman book. I'll definitely pick up the next issue. Or it's Batman. I'll probably stay on it for a while, but to see exactly how these characters, these new superheroes in Gotham fit in or what happens. So
yep, yeah, it'll be interesting because we know, one of the comments that's made at one point by this guy is like, "It's what we get. It's what we get for living in Gotham. If we were anyplace else, Superman or Green Lantern or somebody would stop this, but we live in Gotham. It's like we don't have superheroes, that kind of thing." So, but now at the end of the issue, they do. So, but what's behind it? That's the question. What's the motive? It's like these people don't seem like bad people, but neither did Lex Luthor when he first showed up. So we'll see. All right. So overall, Batman #1 in the new Rebirth universe. I don't know. That just sounds stupid. Like, oh, that was the new 52, and now the new Rebirth universe.
Yeah.
How about just the DC universe?
Yep. We'll go with that. So the new Batman, I'll go. Yeah.
Yes. Definitely, overall, pretty good.
Yep. If you're a Batman fan, pick it up.
Yep. So next issue, we're looking at Green Arrow #1. This was awesome. I really like
Yeah.
this, and I like that other cover, but I like this cover too. So
Yeah,
I
I
picked
like
this
it
one up
too.
instead. So I'll let you go on this one.
Oh, so just more of kind of going on with those underground men and the human slave trade that's going on in Seattle. I thought that was
Slurm,
good, like working,
slurm,
huh?
slurm, 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 slurm.
Yeah.
For some reason, they say slurm, slurm, and I was like, "What the heck is slurm?" It's like slurm.
Other things. I don't know. So we kind of go through some more of that. I like the interaction with uh, Green Arrow and Black Canary, how she kind of calls him out basically about everyone that he knows or everyone he thinks is his friend. He really just pays them.
Yeah, right. They're your employees.
Right. Who do you not pay that you know?
Yeah, at least he didn't say to her, "Well, I could pay you too." You know?
Right. That would have been bad.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it's interesting that he's like, "But I'm doing good. Look at all the stuff I'm doing."
Right.
And basically, she's like, "When does something good that you're doing not involve money?" But if you think about it, just like Batman, his resource is money, so
Oh,
he's
yeah.
going to use that resource to do what he can. Whether it's a battered women's shelter or a homeless shelter or
A hospital.
whatever all the other things
Whatever.
were. Yeah,
Yeah.
the children's hospital. I mean, there's a ton of stuff, which is really good for that city. I mean, so I don't know. I don't know what her problem is. I guess she
then,
just has to have a problem.
oh yeah, but then we got some big reveals about who like the leader of that group is, and
Yeah.
somebody else from his past shows up.
And the end of that book was like, again, really?
And see, that's like I read that first. Like I said, I read Green Arrow first, and then I read Batman. So you can see where I was coming from with the ending of Green Arrow.
Yeah.
But then the way Batman was going, I was like, "What the crap? This is
Yeah.
not a good week, man."
Yep. Yeah, definitely like a knife in his back at the end of this, or an arrow
Or
in his
lots.
back. Yeah, lots of arrows. So it was good. I like Green Arrow, and I haven't been reading Green Arrow in the New 52, so I'm
Yeah,
just kind of picking this one up as well. But this has been good.
Yep, really enjoying this one. So yeah,
Yep.
worth pick up. Percy, is it Benjamin Percy? Yeah, Benjamin Percy and Otto Schmidt.
Yeah, I like the art on it. I thought the art was pretty good. It
Yeah.
wasn't too cartoony, but it was a little different, so it was cool.
Yeah, it almost has like an animated feel.
Yeah, I
Like
thought
a
so.
good, like a Justice League or Batman the animated series, like kind of feel. Something about it. I don't know.
All right, well, moving on. Another green book, Green Lanterns, #1. This, a lot of this is about Simon Baz and
Jessica Cruz.
yes, Jessica. I don't know why I can't remember her name. The two Green Lanterns that are currently on Earth, two Green Lanterns of Earth currently on Earth, and really them being kind of new Green Lanterns and not trusting each other, not trusting themselves, and bad things happening. Lots of really bad things happening, like Red Lantern kind of bad stuff. So some really weird blow-ups of like rage explosions and crazy stuff going on. But it's really cool. And at one point, it was really neat because Simon, he gets like this really bad headache, and then all of a sudden he's like, and he sees all of these things, and basically the ring tells him that he's been granted Emerald Sight. And it's like the ability to see stuff, a new power. It's pretty cool. So it was very, very neat. This is a good book. If you like Green Lantern stuff in the past, these two new characters are kind of growing on me. So this has been good. I really like this one. The artwork was good. Stan Humphries is writing it. And it's pretty cool. It's very interesting. But Atrocitus playing a big role in this. And, of course, Bleeze. Gotta love Bleeze.
That's good. They're reintroducing the Red Lanterns this quickly.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely a major force for. I don't know that the changes that are coming, they seem to be behind a lot of it, but there's obviously more to it than just them. So we'll see what happens.
Right.
Okay, moving on to Superman #1. It's got a great cover. I really like this cover. Just so much going on, but it's like a lot of cool stuff.
Yep.
And I like the way that it starts off with him kind of like a memorial for the
52 Superman.
52 Superman. Yeah, I like that. And John, his son, Jonathan, kind of uncovering some of his own powers, not in a good way,
Right.
and being ashamed of that. and the neighbor girl happened to see something. So, yeah, there's so much for keeping secrets. But
Right.
it's kind of cool. But it's really the same kind of thing you had with young Clark and Lana, kind of knowing about his powers and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. What do you think about Superman?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it was. It was more really a story about his son, more so than him. So
yeah,
which
is good because action is more about him.
Yeah,
and then Superman can more focus on the family dynamic. I think. Yeah. But he did mention
we got a cool cliffhanger at the end too. So
yes,
be fun.
But they did mention, that there was a statement made to Clark that him and his family aren't who they think they are. That happened either in DC Rebirth or in the Superman Rebirth #1. That was stated to him. You don't know. You people are not who you think you are. That kind of thing. Right. So I don't know. Mr. Oz. Dr. Oz. Dang, I did it again. One of these days we're going to have a comic with Dr. Oz in it just to get this over with. But yeah, Mr. Oz mentioned that to him when he talked to him. So I don't know.
So Brainiac has everybody plugged into the Matrix.
Right. That could be. They're all just copper tops.
Yep.
All right. Here's your book.
All right. So DC Rebirth Titans.
Me too. Got them both.
Yeah.
I actually went back and picked this one up yesterday, just to be sure I had a copy of it, because this was all that was on the shelf before.
Oh, yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm just going to grab them both. I like this. So, of course, we got Dan Abnett writing this book, who's doing a great job writing 1,000 books right now.
Yes.
Brett Booth is doing the art, which I'm a big fan of, so super pumped about that. But I really like this one. It's kind of just like a process of Wally reintroducing himself into the team,
Right.
Them kind of going through their memories of, I guess, memories that cemented their friendship, maybe something like that, or because they weren't like it wasn't the first time they met or some big battle or something like that. It was like
it was a key moment,
right? Yeah. That was stolen, I guess.
Right.
What do you think?
So, I really liked it. I mean, I remember Titans from before, and I actually read some of the Teen Titans stuff, and that was in the New 52. Not a whole bunch of it, but some. And, I always liked the characters. I mean, I always liked, Donna Troy and, I almost said Deanna, but I don't know why. And some of the other characters that were part of the Titans core group, Nightwing and all them. So seeing Wally come back and interact with each of them in this way and bring those memories back is pretty cool. I really liked it.
Yeah. My thing with there's a picture in here that didn't have Wally in it, but he remembered being in it and taking the picture, and then once everybody remembered who he was, he's back in the picture, right?
Right.
Back in the frame picture. So, was it always there and they just couldn't see it, or did the picture actually change?
Yeah, I think, if we think about the fact that Dr. Manhattan manipulated reality and erased him from existence in a way, erased him from everyone's memories, then as he comes back into their memories, he comes back into reality.
Right.
So I think it really physically changed the picture from before it was empty and then he was there. Yep. That as he's inserting himself back into the reality of the DC Universe, he's back in those real images. So I don't know.
I thought that was really cool how they did that, though, because that's something they could have left out. Like they didn't have to pick the picture up, but it did a really good job. And I'm still liking Wally's new suit.
Yeah, the red suit.
It's red, cool. But it's different. It's far enough away from Barry's suit that it works. Yeah,
it's not a Kid Flash suit. It's not an Impulse suit. It's not a whatever the other thing he was. Wasn't he another thing too?
I can't remember. There have been a lot of names.
Yeah, he was several of them. It wasn't any of those suits, but it's kind of an amalgamation and taking the best parts of Barry's suit and those other suits and making him his own. I thought that was really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely going to be picking this one up. This is like the main one that kind of leads in or has the most to do with the storyline of the actual Rebirth event as it's kind of going, even though it's not really being I don't feel like DC's pushing it as that, but there is an overarching story that we're going for.
Yeah, well, especially with Wally. I mean, anything that's got Wally in it is going to be key. So yeah. So overall, I mean, we look at Batman this week. We definitely said this was a good book, worth picking up. Good news story. Not really anything new about DC Rebirth, other than the two brother and sister team or whatever they are over here. So, Green Arrow, good stuff. Really, again, nothing DC Rebirth specifically, but good story if you like Green Arrow, especially if you like the pre-52 Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Kind of pulling him back into that situation. Green Lanterns, excellent story. Definitely some big things coming for these folks. I really liked it. There's nothing, again, specific to Rebirth. Like if you consider the storyline of the Watchmen being inserted in the universe, they're nothing there yet. Unless they're behind some of the Red Lantern stuff.
Maybe.
Superman, Superman #1, good story. There was mention of Mr. Oz, so there is a little attachment there of the big DC Rebirth stuff. And Titans Rebirth, obviously great books, and it's driving right along with that storyline. So Titans Rebirth and Flash, really the two big ones. Action Comics and Superman, I've seen definitely some influence from the Watchmen characters in there, and they're definitely worth picking up. And for $2.99, I like the price point. Being consistent at $2.99.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Overall, Rebirth is still going pretty strong in my opinion.
Yeah, 3 weeks in, and we're still interested, so that's good. A lot of Marvel and DC events in the past have not held us 3 weeks.
No.
So, but yeah, definitely let us know what you think so far, if you've been reading things or if you're kind of putting off and waiting for those first few issues to come out before you go back and get them. I would recommend not waiting just because they're selling out so fast. It's going to be hard to get, or you're going to pay more for the reprints. I don't know why they're doing, charging more for second printings. I think that's kind of silly, but they are doing that. So something to keep in mind. Oh, sorry. Been a long day of reading comics. I'm tired. But yeah, please leave us some comments. Like, share, subscribe. Share this with all your friends. Let them know that we're doing this review every week. This next week, Justin, what do we have lined up to pick up this week?
We have, let's see, from DC. Hold on. We got Action Comics, Aquaman.
Oh, cool.
Detective Comics, Flash. As far as Rebirth titles, I'm not mentioning like some other books that you might get, but just as far as Rebirth goes.
Well, and Aquaman and Flash will be the new #1s for the ongoing series, so that's good.
Also Wonder Woman.
Okay, her new #1 as well.
So 5 total new issues, and then they, to go with Rebirth.
And no actual one-shots, no DC Rebirth one-shots within this group, just all #1s or continuing the ongoing action and detective. So, but we'll definitely pick those up. We'll go through them. We'll let you know what's going on in DC Rebirth.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We'll go out and read more comics, folks, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks.